and welcome to the 2024 Sussex Area Big State Sports Football Preview. Hello everyone, I'm Dan Cleary. Yep, football season's here. It seems like it never leaves. It's almost year-round right now. And we're coming to you from Don Smolin Field. If you're going to do a story about Sussex County football, what better place? Don Smolin Field, the Lenape Valley legend. He retired as the all-time wins leader, active at that time, just a class act. And later on, we'll be talking to Wade Pickett and the Patriots about this season. But before we get underway, got to thank the people that made this possible. Provident Lakeland Bank. They are merging, if you haven't heard about that yet. Two great banks. They're going to serve you great. If you're a customer of either one, your service is going to get better and better. Just a great place. I want to thank Karina Rodriguez from Lakeland Bank for helping us with the commercial and everything that goes into helping be a sponsor. So we want to thank Provident Lakeland Bank. Again, they are merging, turn into a great community bank. Also want to thank Sussex County Community College, Kathleen Peterson, the great marketing director over there. I've known Kathleen for years. Her husband, great ball player. I knew him when I was growing up. I played with him. Their son and daughters were all good athletes. I want to thank Sussex County Community College. Check it out. Full registration is here, and you can start here. Go anywhere. Go to sussex.edu. Our old friend George Morville at Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management, located on Spring Street in Newton. George, one of the best guys. If you know anything about Sussex County, George is one of the most active guys in the county, and he's going to be recognized in November at the Festival of Lights at Newton Medical Center by Atlantic Health. So congratulations, George, on that. Also want to thank Jefferson Recycling. Mike and Nita there do a great job. They've been a sponsor since we started this show on Big State Sports. Want to thank them for all your recycling needs, pavers, topsoil, whatever you need. Check them out online. Then also want to thank Dairy Queen, New Jersey, my old buddy Joel Schlesinger. All the Dairy Queens in New Jersey, he is the liaison for them with corporate. Check them out. No better place than Dairy Queen. I don't have to promote Dairy Queen. If you don't like Dairy Queen, then you must be lactose intolerant or you just don't like fun food. Dairy Queen, and then also my friend Mike Curry, who does so much for advertising with us here at Big State Sports at Sound Motors. Mike was a great athlete in high school at Vernon. His wife was a great athlete at Vernon as well. And their daughter, Monica Curry, going to be a junior, one of the top goal scorers in the state of New Jersey when it comes to girls soccer. So we want to thank Mike Curry. So Provident Lakeland Bank, Sussex County Community College, Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management, Jefferson Recycling. Also want to thank Sound Motors and Dairy Queen, New Jersey. So we get that all out of the way, folks, but we need to thank them so much. So we're going to start our 2024 Sussex Area Big State Sports Football Preview. We're going to go over to the County College. James Robertson, High Point graduate, took over the program last year from Todd Boltersdorf. What a year they had, 8-2, knocked on the door of getting a bowl bid in just their fourth season of existence. A great job by James. Our crew went over there to talk to the Skylanders. Let's check out that story.
I think we have a lot of questions to answer. We're hoping that we have some scrimmages coming up that we can get some things answered before the season starts, but we have a very big season this year. We've got 3 Division I talent teams coming in, and we play Lackawanna twice, who we have yet to beat in our 5 years. So, you know, this is going to be a big year for us, huge year.
What players are you really counting on this year?
We brought in 4 quarterbacks, and that's, you know, trying to replace Lobstein from last year is going to be hard. He's a phenomenal player, and he's doing big things out in New Mexico, and I actually just talked to him a couple days ago. He's competing for the starting role up there. But we only returned 3 guys, so we have questions at all positions, and you know, I would say we've brought in some really talented quarterbacks. We brought in some really talented defensive backs and some defensive linemen, but everything else, it's anybody's game.
And how important to you is it to recruit locally for this team?
It's huge. Locally, you know, we struggle to recruit, but as far as a state goes, this year we've done really well with that. And we just want to continue to be, you know, New Jersey's top junior college, and we want to keep the New Jersey kids home.
The Skylanders talk about their upcoming season.
I'm excited. We got a lot of new guys. There's not really that many returning faces from last year, so I mean it's a completely new team, new expectations. I think it's going to be a good year.
I think this upcoming season is going to be very It's going to be a community as well as a team. As long as we move together and work together, everything will fall into place. I know that last season we had a successful season, 8-2. You know, we want to do better though. So we want to come undefeated this year so that people know exactly who we are, so that all of our players can come out and be successful.
To continue to win every single day, continue to be great and capitalize on every day we're out here.
The Skylanders talk about last year's record-breaking season and going 8-2.
It's definitely pretty exciting for the coaches, for the returning players, for the guys coming, knowing that we had a successful program. I think it's just up to the guys that were here last year and the coaches to kind of just rebuild the same season we had last year and build on that so we can hopefully go undefeated.
Just working through it. It's mentally, basically. So it's going to mess with us a little bit because we want obviously our fans to come, but you know, at the end of the day, we have to be better. We have to be stronger to understand that we can overcome obstacles. So being away, you know, it just makes us stronger inside and know that our fans at home, they'll support us either way, and you know, we're going to be stronger. So that's about it, though.
We just have to be ready to improve. Last year, even though we did, you know, very good, there's always room for improvement. You know, so we're just looking to come in and improve on those mistakes we made last year.
The Skylanders talk about the tough season with only 3 home games.
Pretty much just, you know, we kind of know that we don't have many home games. We switched our home field this year, so we don't really have a familiar field at all. So we're just going to have to, you know, be a team and get through it together.
We don't like to focus on that too much. You know, any field is our field. You know, so we like to come over and just take over.
The Skylanders talk about their role on the football field and being a Skylander.
Well, I play tight end, but as a bigger role, I'd like to be a big leader for this team. You know, it's my second year. I've been here, show the new guys what it's like, and help them win games.
I believe as my role, I'm a leader. You know, a lot of guys follow me. They understand exactly where I come from. Obviously, a lot of us come from similar areas. Some of us come from different areas. Some of us come from out of the country. So we come in, you know, we just allow them to become a family. And, you know, as for me, you know, that leader role comes into place and they follow me and become successful, I believe.
I like to think of myself as more of a lead by example. I'm not really a vocal leader, but I will be vocal if I have to.
The players talk about why they chose Sussex.
It was local, and I heard it was a new program, and I just wanted to help build it. I had a lot of guys who I know came here, and I thought it'd be a great place. It's only like 20 minutes away, nice and close. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
We have a lot of great coaches here. We have a lot of great players too, and I feel like my connection here with the players that we have here is special.
Sussex chose me, I guess. I had nowhere to go. I didn't have a home. And, you know, Coach Todd, you know, first year head coach, came out and was like, yo, come out. And then from there, you know, I just built a relationship with our new head coach, Coach James, and all the rest of the coaching staff. So I believe that Sussex chose me and I didn't choose Sussex.
I'm Cassandra Mole with Big State Sports. We want to thank everyone here at Sussex County Community College, especially the football team with Coach Robertson and the Skylander football players. I'm Cassandra Mole with Big State Sports. Thank you.
All right, I want to thank my gang from my class at Sussex County Community College. They're all graduates now. Kelly Barter, who's been doing a great job shooting and editing this show, as well as Cassandra Moe going over there talking to the Skylanders. Should be an exciting game. We're going to have all their home games on Big State Sports. They're going to be playing at Mount Olive High School, so check that out. So our first high school we're going to talk about is Pope John High School over in Sparta. They play in the United White Division of the Super Football Conference. They play DePaul, Del Barton, St. Peter's, Don Bosco Prep. They play all the big boys, and Dom Gaston, going into his 4th year, had a breakthrough season last year, their first winning year since 2015. They won 7-4, won some nice games, got into a state tournament, what everyone does in non-public. But they lost to Don Bosco Prep, but they had a great year, and Coach Gaston and the Lions are looking forward to another successful season.
We have a team that's returning about 14 starters back on offense and defense. We have a whole offensive line back. We're replacing some key guys, losing Chris Dietrich and Charlie Mulligan, but replacing them with guys like Luke Irwin, Joey Rosinski, guys that have contributed in our program. Having Tyleek Hill come back into the offense and Tyler Hauser leading the defense, and Wes Johnson being an athlete that he is. So we're excited for the season that we have. We have a competitive team. We have a very, very competitive schedule with some great competition. But as a whole, as a community, as a team, I feel really, really good, and I'm excited about this season. We have a brand new offensive coordinator in Brian Gibbs, and what he's bringing to our offense is tremendous. And having Cole Farron returning as defense coordinator, I think we're set on both sides of the ball. But I have two great coordinators. You know, it makes the head coaching a lot easier for me. Now I can just be the special teams and manage the football game and just make sure the kids are rotating in and out, and we'll manage the roster to compete, and we're set up for a really, really successful year.
Last year was a breakthrough year for Coach Dom Gaston in his third season. They went 7-4, their first winning season since 2015, and they're looking to build on that.
We're there. I think we're back to the top. I think we got the schedule we want. I think the state said we're going to be in non-public B now. So competing with Red Bank Catholic, DePaul Catholic in the state playoffs, St. Thomas Aquinas, Holy Spirit, where we were in the past on the Vic International when he was in the Group 2, Group 3 finals all the time. I think we've gotten Pope John to where we want it to be. We have a great youth program right now. We had our 8th grade program who are now freshmen with us, make it all the way down to the Eastern Regionals in Papa Warner. They were playing the number 1 team that won the national title in Florida. So Pope John football is back. The tradition is back. The players that we have are back. It's a lot of legacy families here, and within the youth program, it's a lot of families that have played here in the 90s and in the 80s that all played on the Vic, and now their kids are growing up and they're going to come into the system here at Pope John.
Yeah, how important is that for you? That was one of the things when you came here. I want to get that feeling back. How big is that Pope John? Because up here in Sussex County, Sparta and you guys are the 2 best programs in county history.
I think the tradition's back, and it's huge to have it back within our culture, in our school. And you feel it in the building now, too. It's great. The kids love it. They get excited to come to the games. The kids are just waking up and they understand the game. Like the rivalries have changed now. Mm-hmm. Now we're not playing the rivals, not Sparta, the Spartans. Now it's the Paul Spartans. Same mascot, but the rivalries have changed. Del Seton Hall Prep. Well, we're at a perennial powerhouses now that we're playing, and we're beating them. We're competing with them, and we've changed a lot of things, and we're hoping to continue on this success that Coach P had back in the day, and we're going to bring it back to Pope John now in the early 2020s.
All right, Tyler, what should we expect from the Lions this year?
Expected a state championship, you know. We're putting it all together. Me and my boys have been here since 5th grade, came in under Carlson, and, we've been working hard ever since then with Wes, Wesley Johnston, Jared, a few new pieces with Tyleek that came in my freshman year. We're all looking go far in the state playoffs, win the championship. Now that we're in non-parochial B, should be a little different competition. We'll face some guys from South Jersey that we haven't really seen yet, but should be good, yeah.
So yeah, we're really excited. We know that this is our year to win the state title, and in our minds, we're planning on winning every game, and especially obviously in the postseason. It's different, and we know that since this is our last year, we're hoping to get it all and get it done.
We're excited to play some big teams this year. We've got a big schedule coming up. We've got a few big games circled up on that calendar. First is DePaul week 1. We're going to come out and try and win that one right away.
The Lions really appreciate the winning tradition here in championships going back to Vic Paternostro, Brian Carlson, now Coach Gaston. They want to keep that going, and they were happy to get back on their winning ways last year.
So we all got to just give 100%. That's really about it. I mean, last year, yeah, we played really well. The winning record, did a lot, and didn't go as far as we wanted to in the postseason, but like regular season in the beginning, we were killing it. It's like the first 5 games, I think we went 4-1, and just got to keep that going in the second half of the season. That should help us,
Last year was a big year for us. We had a winning season, very positive outcome. We beat big teams that meant a lot. DePaul, PC, close game against Cardinal Hayes, number 1 team in New York. It was a great season, and we fell short in the postseason. Feel like we should have won that game also, and we're just headed to bounce back this year.
Yeah, last year, big season for us. We turned it around a lot. Winning season in how many years? I don't even know. And it was a great season for Coach Dom.
They graduated some great players from last year, including quarterback Chris Dietrich, wide receiver Charlie Mulligan, Sir Paris Jones on defense. But this team, with the offensive line they have, they're looking to do some big things.
So we got a new quarterback this year. We're excited to see how he plays. We have a great running back, Tyleek Hill. We're looking forward to see how he does. We have a great veteran offensive line, which we're looking forward to seeing how that works out. We're very excited to run the ball especially, and we know that we'll win most of our games up front.
Yeah, so we're a big line. We're ready to push the ball a lot. We're going to run the ball a lot. and we're just going to hammer it down the field.
Hauser's continued that great linebacker tradition here, and he's going to Wake Forest.
Yeah, that decision, it came down to the coaches. Coaches loved me a lot. The facilities there are amazing, and then the academics are great too. So it all kind of worked out, and the decision made itself for me, I'd say.
They had a real good year last year, so what did the schedule makers do? Here you go. We'll give you Bergen Catholic, St. Joe's, Del Barton, DePaul are in your division. They play a bunch of hammers, but they're ready for the challenge.
Yeah, it's great to have them back on the schedule. We went 2 years without them. We saw them, last time we saw them was my freshman year. I played a little bit of varsity then, but I'm happy to see him again. Final year, hopefully knock a few of them off.
I'm so excited. The rest of the team's excited, and like I said, we're looking to knock them off the board and beat everybody on our schedule.
Yeah, so we got big games coming up, and then we're locked in on that state championship.
Just talk about the Pope John tradition. You're well steeped in with your whole family. You don't think Pope John without thinking of your family's last name. Talk about how special it is to be part of it.
Yeah, so it's our last year. Carry out the tradition, carry out the Co-Francesco name. Basically just, give it one last good run and get a state title, and that'll do it.
Bring that tradition back. I came here, back in 2018 watching Nick DiNucci, Jake Brown, all those guys, killing it out there at linebacker. That's a great tradition we have here. And then just in general, that hard-nosed football, we're gonna run it.
There's a lot of legacy names here, like Co-Francisco's, Hausers, Muleys. It goes deep down. A lot of years for those families.
All right, Coach Gaston and the Lions, we wish you the best of luck. They open up with DePaul, and they're going to be, as we said during the interviews, they're going to be non-public B. So after being an A for many years and Group 3 for many years, a real legitimate shot for this Pope John team, if they stay healthy and play well, to possibly get their first state title in over 20 years. All right, we're going to head into break again. Want to thank all our sponsors, and we'll have more on our preview show right after this.
When you care, when you value, when you protect, you're with Provident Protection Plus. You have the power to protect. Isn't it time to protect what you love today? Join us at Sussex County Community College for our next open house, Saturday, October 19th from 9 a.m. to noon. Whether you're interested in transferring to a 4-year school or diving straight into the workforce, Sussex County Community College is here to help. Explore our diverse academic programs, learn about financial aid, and meet our passionate faculty. Get a taste of campus life and see why Sussex is the place to start your college education. Don't miss our open house on October 19th. Visit sussex.edu/open house for more details.
This football preview is being sponsored by Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville. Let Sound Motors show you how easy it is to buy a pre-owned vehicle. Owner Mike Curry is a big supporter of all high school sports in the county and is proud to be part of the preview show. It's Sound Motors. Check them out on the web, social media. Give them a call at 973-948-2068 or stop by and check them out. They have terrific inventory. It's Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville. Dairy Queen of New Jersey is proud to be a sponsor of this high school football preview show with locations in Vernon, Sussex, Montague, Newton, Branchville, and Hackettstown. Stop by before or after the game for a delicious treat you can only find at the one and only Dairy Queen. It's Dairy Queen of New Jersey. Jefferson Recycling knows New Jersey waste management and is here to serve the needs of all of our customers, whether it be residential or commercial. For more, go to jeffersonrecycling.com or call them today at 973-361-1589. That's Jefferson Recycling, a proud sponsor of all the local schools in the area.
This football preview show is being sponsored by Gallagher Risk Management on 163 Spring Street in Newton. Dedicated to building confidence together with you, they're your trusted global insurance and consulting partner. Call them today at 973-383-3110.
Okay, welcome back to the 2024 Big State Sports Sussex Area Football Preseason Special. I'm Dan Cleary coming to you from Lenape Valley High School, Don Smolin Field right behind us. Again, as I said at the top of the show, you think Sussex County football, Don Smolin's one of the first names that comes to mind. Multiple state titles, multiple league titles, and more importantly, even a better guy than a coach if that's possible. So we're going to continue. We're going to go right down the road here from Lenape Valley. We headed down to a pack-on. And we were talking to the Pack-On Chiefs. They went 4-7 last year, a good solid year for them. They participated in the Ivy Division of the Super Football Conference. The Ivy Division is for schools that are struggling with numbers, trying to build back their programs. And Sean Norton, the former Booton star, he came in 2 years ago, got the program going. He left for his alma mater, but probably the only job he would have left to go Pack-On for, because he was making some great inroads trying to bring back the Chiefs. He went back to Booton, and Mark Serto has taken over. His sons are on the team. He's been involved in the community as a youth coach, administrator in the school district. So this year, the big thing for them, they are no longer in the Ivy. They're in the Blue Division with other Group 1 schools like North Warren and Wallkill Valley. And the Chiefs are looking to make some noise this year. Let's check out that story.
We're looking forward to having a good year. We, taking over the new program from Sean Norton is it's definitely been interesting, and I'm just trying to keep the bar that Sean set, really, because he really got kids excited to come back out. When he first got here, we had like 24 kids on the roster. Last year, this spring we had about 50 kids sign up. So I'm looking forward to taking those kids and molding them and keeping that standard high.
Some of the kids we should keep an eye out for.
Oh, my son Michael's shifting from fullback to quarterback. Kyan Simpson scored a bunch of touchdowns for us last year. He's our speed guy, and then it's pretty much open after that. We have a lot of kids who I think can do a lot of different things. So I think you'll see some of that when we play.
Sean ran that triple option. You're going to do some different things this year?
We will, because option you really need to know it like the back of your hand. I love Sean's offense. I always kid him and said you should have thrown a little more, but we'll probably go back to wing T because that's what I know. And that's what the kids know, because some of these kids I had in the youth program.
The division you're going into is one of the best Group 1 divisions. You get Booton to you guys, North Warren, Wallkill Valley's in there now.
Yep.
Just talk about the teams you'll be playing.
Well, listen, we've played some of those teams our whole lives from the youth program. So it's kind of funny to see them all grow, and you see the same kids that were beating you maybe when they were in 5th grade, and now you're going to see them again in high school. So yeah, the competition's going to be good, and that's what we want. We want to be competitive. We want to be fierce when we play, and we just want good contests. And that's what we're looking.
Let's go back, taking over the program. How'd that come about? Give us a little background on that.
Sean went back to his alma mater, and I can't blame him at all. I wished him nothing but good wishes on his way out the door. My sons were kind of like, hey, are you gonna put in for it? And I'm like, if you want me to, I won't do it if you guys don't want me to. And they were both on board, and I said, okay, so I'll put my name in the ring, and then went through the interview process, and fortunately I was chosen, and I don't take it lightly. I know it's an awesome responsibility, but besides the wins and losses, it's really more about molding young men to make good life choices. And listen, football is not in the future for 99% of us who do this. It's more about the lessons that you learn playing the game and then applying those for the rest of your life.
You have skin in the game. You're an administrator in town. Your kids play, and you coach youth football.
Right.
You're a Pack-On guy. How big is that?
It's big. It's big, and what I find that how Pack-On to be is very supportive, and so they want to win. They understand what we're up against sometimes, and they're supportive. So as long as you're doing what's right for the kids, then there's no problems. The kids know the names. The kids know the names. They know the jerseys and they know the numbers, and they'll ask for certain numbers sometimes, and so the tradition here is rich, and it's just something I want to contribute to. I want to be a part of it. Maybe have my name in there as a guy who went to the playoffs or something like that, but that's not the motivating factor. That's icing on the cake. That's what we want, but we'll work towards it.
Michael, what should we expect from the Chiefs this year?
Greatness, 100%. Hard work. That's pretty much it.
Just expect a lot of great things, a lot of driven people. We're working hard right now, and we're going to divide and conquer.
I would expect a lot of great progress, especially from this off-season. During the summer, everyone's been working hard. Everyone's been doing great. We got a lot of new guys, but they're kind of getting it. They're kind of learning well, so I expect a great season with a lot of success.
Michael Serto, who is the coach's son, is at quarterback for the Chiefs, and he really likes running the new offense, the Delaware Wing T.
Quarterback, defensive back, I know what I'm doing in football, so that helps. I get to help my teammates know what they're doing a little more. Leadership role I try to take on. push these guys to be the best they can be.
For the last few years, under head coach Sean Norton, who went back to his alma mater, Booton, Sean did a good job getting interest back in football here again in Rapacon. But they competed in the Ivy League. But the Ivy League had a lot of big schools in it: Fort Lee, Teaneck, Fairlawn. The Chiefs were very competitive. Now they're going to be in a new division with similar sized schools, and now they have a chance to make the state tournament.
What we've learned is to keep more of an eye on the QB to stop the QB rushing, especially with bigger quarterbacks. And another thing we learned is to stay deep defensively and offensively run hard.
Good competition. We play teams like Fort Lee, teams like Dover, teams like, Teaneck, a lot of big schools, big guys. So, working down a step, playing some smaller teams, still very skilled, opponents, but we're more hopeful for this year.
There was a lot of guys on that school, so we expected big numbers on there. But this time, this season, there's going to be some schools with fewer guys on their team. So I expect it to be easier. But I expect for everyone to still put in that hard work and that dedication that we had last season.
At a small school like Rapacon, everyone's got to go both ways, and Keon Simpson's one of those guys looking to have another big year.
I'm a quiet guy, but I play like my actions speak louder than words. So I'm going to attack the ball, run. If one guy misses a tackle, I'm going to chase that ball down.
Lucas Ryan's been a veteran on this team. He's looking for a big year.
I would like to say I try my best to motivate the team and try my best to make sure they're doing their role, their job. Like I said, I'm a wide receiver, so that's another part of my job. But I'd like to say I try my best to motivate the team.
Coach Serto going to the wing tee this year.
Yeah, we're going to throw a lot more deep balls.
Oh, I'm excited for that. A lot more plays. Some passes I'm excited for. I'm excited just for the balance. When you run heavy, you got to be able to pass too. So that balance will help us, even our run game, improve.
Well, Rapacon did a nice job last year. A couple of plays here and there. They have a winning year. But they're looking to get back to the days when they were in the States every year, winning state titles, which is not too long ago. And these Chiefs are determined to lay the groundwork to get back there.
Just got to keep trying our hardest. You can't, sit back and do nothing. You got to put in that effort every single day. You got to show up. You got to just do what you can for Rapacon Chiefs.
The tradition is trying to win. We know we haven't had a great couple years, but we're trying to. This group is very heavy set on pushing hard and trying to get back to greatness. So that's the goal for the season.
Getting back all starts with the little things. We got to be more ambitious. We got to be more driven. Be more responsible for what I've been doing. And if we keep that on target, we're gonna be great again.
All right, you can win football games at Rapacon, folks. I mean, I'm old enough to watch them win a couple of state titles with great Joe Martinick and Zach Ray and my old buddy Jerry Venturino. So we're going to stay in the National Blue Division, and we're going to go down the road on 94 all the way out to Blairstown, North Warren High School. We have a new head coach there, John Baum. John played for Richie Fox back in the day. Gino Fleury stepped down, but he's still going to be on as an assistant coach. Gene did a great job. Gene actually played here, not on his beautiful turf field. It was a really nice grass field back there, but he played for Coach Smolin. They went 4-6 last year, and the Patriots are excited about their chances this year.
Expect a lot of continuity, bringing Coach Fleury back on, keeping him on staff. So we're not looking to do anything too crazy out of the ordinary, but we have a really great group of kids this year. I'm really excited. I've been the line coach the last 2 years, and the vast majority of our senior group this year are linemen. So to me, it's kind of fitting and exciting for having those guys in that leadership role and watching them kind of grow into, who they are as football players, but more importantly, young men. So I'm excited to really see what we can do with this division, bringing in Rapacon, Walk Hill. I think we could be another competitive team this year. We're a little bit smaller on the senior end of it, but we have some really special young kids that are coming up. And like I said about the seniors in that leadership role, watching them, mature these younger kids at a fast pace has been incredible to watch this summer.
North Warren graduated a very good senior class last year. They had terrific skilled players, but they returned a lot of their line. That's where it all starts.
We're working on the quarterback situation now through the summer, and when we get into camp next week, we're looking at Zach Pazler, who's a sophomore. We have CJ Mamay, who's a freshman, and then we have Alex Contreras, who's a junior. So it's been a fun competition to watch them kind of duke it out and kind of see who's going to fill in that role and step into Luke's shoes and Jared's from before that. So it'll be, like I said before, it'll be a young group there. Same thing with the backs. We'll have AJ Soricelli, who'll probably be our lead back. He's coming in as a junior this year, but then again, the next back has been another competition in camp. We'll see Colton Sekas is another one of the ones we're watching. Killian Lynch and Nathaniel Singh are the three guys vying for that second spot.
You went here, so you know what the challenges of coaching at a Group 1 school, but the good thing is the division you're in is all Group 1, so you're all in the same boat. But just talk about that. Talking to the other coaches, one kid gets hurt and then the dominoes start to fall. But talk about the challenges of being a Group 1 school.
Yeah, like you said, worrying about injuries. We actually just had one of our starting linemen go down with a torn ACL. So we're already starting from behind there, but next kid up mentality. The kids have been great about that. They know that, small program means that we really need to step up and be ready to go at any point in time. So along with the other battles with the skill positions, even the linemen are ready to go at any moment's notice.
Coach John Bound played for Rich Fox back in the day. He's got skin in the game. The kids know he's a Patriot. He loves being back home, and he loves that he's coaching here, replacing Gino Fleury, who stayed on staff to help him out.
Being back here, homecoming, kind of full circle moment. I'm loving every second of it. I've surrounded myself, bringing Gene back on staff, brought in Bob Merle to help run the defense, keeping JP Palmer on staff. I love this place. The football program really helped bring me up and turn me into who I am today. Made a couple detours along the road, but back home and really excited to really try and bolster the program and bring my little 2 cents to it and really try and make us another competitive program, keep that going forward.
Here at North Warren, when you have a winning program, soccer, football has been winning, there's no better place. You guys get so much support. You know that as a kid growing up. Talk about this place on Friday night if you guys start getting things going.
We start getting things going. Those stands are filled and packed to the brim. The student section is always great. We have a great community turnout. Small town football under lights on a Friday night. I don't think there's anything better than that. And that's why I love Blairstown. I love North Warren. The community support is always there to back us 110%.
Carter, what should we expect from the Patriots this year?
I feel like we're going to be pretty good this year. There's like he said, like my fellow player Jaden said, small group of seniors, big group of juniors coming up though. So there's going to be a lot of potential for them to work up, get a lot better this year. So then they got a good strong team for next year. A lot of new freshmen came up this year to fill in a lot of our skill positions. We have a new quarterback this year. Luke's not with us this year. He graduated. Running back. So a lot of new wide receivers, stuff like that.
We have a really strong senior O-line. Everyone came back from last year, and as playing running back, I feel confident running behind them, and I think that we should have a great season.
We have a very young team, a small group of seniors, but I'm very confident that if everyone stays focused and stays in the weight room and does what they have to at practice and shows up, that we should have a good year. We should have good games,
Everything in football, no matter what offense you run, starts with the offensive line. You're part of that line. It's a veteran line. How big is that? Because if you guys do your job, it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback or running back.
Yeah. So we have an all-senior line this year. We've all played for a couple of years now. My first year was last year, so working into it pretty good. But most of us have all played since 3rd, 4th grade and just kept working our way up. We're supposed to be pretty strong this year, be pretty good. We weren't bad last year, and it's about the same amount of guys and players as we had last year.
We have an all-senior line this year. I'm confident that we all know what we're doing. I've been playing with these guys since I was a freshman, so I'm confident that we're gonna be okay on the line and get some good drives and touchdowns.
Warren always one of the smaller schools around Group 1, but the division they're in, everyone's in the same boat. But the Patriots know what they have to do.
So we have a smaller team, maybe 40 kids max. Last year I think we had like 45, so it's just a smaller group. Away games, we don't have too many buses to bring boys, so normally we don't even take half the freshmen with us, which could help or gain or maybe not be so good sometimes. But just being able to bring players to the field is the hardest part, and getting them out here when there's only 100 so kids per grade.
That division's got good teams like Kinlaw and Walkill's in it now. You have Booton, and also some really good teams. They'll play on opening day, Walkill Valley. But the big game they always look forward to is Belvedere, their big rivals.
Belvedere was a great game last year. I really wish we could have played them again in better weather conditions and stuff. Just being able to play in that mud after they had their Cedar Week that week was a little rough. They had just had all their games that week. So by the end of the game, it was just 3 long mud pits on the defensive line. So
I love playing Belvedere, especially last game. It was a mud fest, huge defensive side of game. We only scored 6 points. I love playing them in the mud, and I love beating them every year.
All right, we wish Coach Baum the best of luck, and the Patriots, again, they're in that Group 1 league. They're hoping to get back into the state tournament and do some nice things. All right, we're going to go to break here on the 2024 Big State Sports Sussex Area Football Preseason Special. Again, can't thank them enough. All the sponsors you see on this show, folks, if not for them, this show is not on. We can't thank them enough. Lakeland Provident, Dairy Queen, New Jersey, Sussex County Community College, Arthur J. Gallagher, Sound Motors, and Dairy Queen, New Jersey. Can't thank them enough. All the great sponsors we hear on this show. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back, and we'll have more here on the Big State Sports Sussex Area Football Preseason Special.
When you care, when you value, when you protect, you're with Provident Protection Plus. You have the power to protect. Isn't it time to protect what you love today?
This football preview show is being sponsored by Gallagher Risk Management on 163 Spring Street in Newton. Dedicated to building confidence together with you, they're your trusted global insurance and consulting partner. Call them today at 973-383-3110.
Dairy Queen in New Jersey is proud to be a sponsor of this high school football preview show with locations in Vernon, Sussex, Montague, Newton, Branchville, and Hackettstown. Stop by before or after the game for a delicious treat you can only find at the one and only Dairy Queen. It's Dairy Queen of New Jersey. This football preview is being sponsored by Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville. Let Sound Motors show you how easy it is to buy a pre-owned vehicle. Owner Mike Curry is a big supporter of all high school sports in the county and is proud to be part of the preview show. It's Sound Motors. Check them out on the web, social media. Give them a call at 973-948-2068 or stop by and check them out. They have terrific inventory. It's Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville.
Join us at Sussex County Community College for our next open house, Saturday, October 19th from 9 a.m. to noon. Whether you're interested in transferring to a 4-year school or diving straight into the workforce, Sussex County Community College is here to help. Explore our diverse academic programs, learn about financial aid, and meet our passionate faculty. Get a taste of campus life and see why Sussex is the place to start your college education. Don't miss our open house on October 19th. Visit sussex.edu/open house for more details.
Jefferson Recycling knows New Jersey waste management and is here to serve the needs of all of our customers, whether it be residential or commercial. For more, go to jeffersonrecycling.com or call them today at 973-361-1589. That's Jefferson Recycling, a proud sponsor of all the local schools in the area. All right, welcome back to the 2024 Big State Sports Sussex Area Football Preseason Special. I'm Dan Cleary coming to you from Lenape Valley High School. Later on, we'll have Wade Pickett and the Patriots on, talking about their season coming up. But we're going to head over to Hackettstown. Mike Kelly in for his 3rd year. Mike in his first year turned things around over there at Hackettstown pretty quickly, got him into the state tournament. Last year was a struggle. They went 1-8, but they got a lot of kids back that saw a lot of time, and they're hoping to be competitive again. Looks like they're going to be in Group 2 in states after being in Group 3, and they hope to be very competitive in their division, which plays a lot of teams from Sussex County. Let's check out the Tigers.
I think we've had a good summer so far. We're excited to start camp right now, and so for us it's just about being consistent every day and working and trying to get better, and then hopefully we're able to be competitive each week.
Coach has several players he's counting on to turn things around this year.
We ended up with a lot of guys that played a pretty significant playing time last year. So Nick Patterson at quarterback, Matt Gunther, Ethan Campbell, Kyle Edwards as a linebacker, tight end has been really, really good for us. So we have some guys that are either getting reps that played a little bit for us last year that have had really good summers for us, and we're excited for them.
Obviously, you guys were competitive last year, but only got the one win. How do you bounce back from that when you were in the playoffs 2 years ago?
Our focus is just on the individual day, and we're trying to be good today and then build on that. And so we haven't really talked much about last year or anything other besides just being good today. And if we can kind of handle the process of today, the results will kind of handle themselves.
And talk about your division. That's as good as it gets when it comes to Group 2 up here.
There's a lot of really good football coaches. It's good players. So each week you're going to play a tough football team that's coached well, that's fundamentally sound. So there's really no gimmies. Every single week is going to be a challenge for us.
The occasions at the time of this taping have not been put out. Hackettstown's been a Group 3 the last few years. They're hoping to be put in Group 2. But Coach said it doesn't matter what group they're in, they're just going to concentrate on getting better every day.
I have not heard. I heard it was supposed to be released in June, so we're still kind of waiting. So right now, nothing we can do to control that. So we're kind of just focused on our division and our non-conference schedule, and whatever happens with that.
You came in, you got the program going. Just talk about the state of the program.
We're happy with the group of seniors that we've had, the way they've been good leaders. We had a good weight room this off season, and really year 3, I think things are kind of a little bit smoother than they've been in previous years. So right now, we're just trying to build upon a couple things we did last year that we learned from, that we fixed and changed, and we're excited right now.
This is Mike Arakalian's third year. First year he was here. He got them into the States last year. A tough year with a lot of injuries. But the players love him here, and they really hope to get back into the States under his leadership.
Good season. I'm really excited for this season. We've all been working hard in the off season.
A lot more wins than last year. I think we're much more competitive this year, and should see a lot more wins.
I think you should expect a lot of improvement from last year. I think everyone's mentality and everyone's kind of will to do more is highly expected, and I hope everyone's on the same page. And I think we're going to do some pretty good things this year.
Tigers were very competitive last year, but only got the one win. But a lot of the guys that played last year are back and are hoping to use that experience and turn those losses into wins this year.
That's the biggest thing, is everyone's seen the field. Last year we had a lot of kids who never really played before and never seen the varsity. So it's a lot about experience, working in the off season, and staying consistent.
I feel like our connections have even grown more from youth. I feel like me, Matt, Ethan, Miles has been great all summer. So I feel like my connection with the receivers is just much better.
We're a heavy senior class. We've all been playing with each other for a long time now, and I'm pretty sure I could speak for all the seniors with me that we want to finish out right, and we're willing to do anything to get the job done.
Patterson's back to run the offense. They're hoping to put up a lot of points like they did a couple of years ago.
I think I'm much more, used to it. I got much more experience now, and looking for a big year.
Seniors on this team want to provide leadership and get this team back to where they were a couple of years ago.
Do whatever coach asks me, just try my best and help the team anyway.
I like competing with everybody. I like making everyone better, and just being a good leader.
Schedule they play is very tough. They open up with High Point. That's a big opener. You got Newton, Lenape Valley, Kissimmee, but the Tigers think they can be right in the thick of it.
Yeah, we play a lot of good teams, but we all feel that we can compete with anyone.
It's a pretty tough division. We got Newton. They've always been a powerhouse. We got Hills at the end of the school year, which that's the best game of the year. And hopefully we can come out on top.
It's a big first game for us. I feel like, now, especially that they're in our division, set the tone on the road. I feel like that's a big game. Obviously, Newton, Lenape, Hills, they're going to be pretty tough, but I got confidence.
Hackettstown, Warren Hills. That's a long rivalry. You go back when Warren Hills was called Washington High School. It's been around 100 years. These guys know waiting at the end of the year, whatever happens in between, it could make or break a great season by beating the Blue Streaks.
I'm excited. That's all I really got to say about that. Is I'm really excited for the game.
Yeah, I haven't beat Hills in my career yet, so looking for that first one on the road.
All right, that's such a great sports town, Hackettstown. They're, one of the older schools in the West Jersey area. They have a great tradition in football. When you walk in, you see the big monument to Chop Morrison. It's cool stuff, and they pack those stands on Friday night. So we wish the Tigers the best of luck. We're going to stay in the American Blue Division, and we're going to head over to High Point up there on Pigeon Hill Road. Our friends up there in our Wildcat Nation. Bill Percy's back as the head coach. He was the head coach for a couple of years, a few years back. He stepped in as the interim head coach last year. Now he's officially the head coach again. He's excited about being back as the head guy. They went 3-6 last year. took their lumps, but they got a lot of great kids coming back. They have a big junior class, 18 kids, and they're looking to make some noise. They're going to be in Group 2 in states. They made states a couple of years ago. They'll hopefully be back this year and challenge for a league title. Let's check out the Wildcats.
We preach family here, right? And we talked about the other day our culture, right? That's the most important thing, establishing a culture, which we let the kids kind of do because it's their team. So, and I think what's missing in high school sports is we got to make sure these kids have fun, right? They're out here, hours and hours a day, right? They got to have fun, fly around, right? And it just makes them think less and play faster.
Coach Percy was on the staff last year, now with the head guy, and he's happy to be head coach in his second run. He coached here a couple of years back.
Yeah, this is my second stint as head coach. The first stint went okay, right? I wasn't happy with it. So when this position opened up again, I felt, I'm going to throw my hat back in the ring, and I'm just excited to be back leading. I got probably one of the best coaching staffs I've been a part of. So it's just exciting to be back and being with these kids. It's a special group, it's a special school. The community's great. I just really enjoy being my time being here.
High Point was very young last year. They have those cornerstones to build on.
Well, we have we only have 9 seniors, right? We had a lot of sophomores play last year. So now this year as juniors, we're looking for them to step up, and then maybe other couple sophomores coming up will certainly help. So we're a young team still, all right, but at least we have some experience. Not, we had some last year. We had some inexperienced kids playing, but this is an important year for our program. Being as we have 18 juniors, right, and that's really the cornerstone of our program at this point.
Obviously, you got Coach Bird coming in. He was known for running the flex bone with Jimmy Delaney. You don't have to put all your cards on the table, but is that something you guys be going to? Or?
Well, maybe. I'm not going to share everything, but look, we're High Point football. We're smash mouth. We're going to run the ball. We might throw the ball a little bit more this year. We'll see, but we're run first team. Ground and pound, and Coach Bird being back is very exciting. To me and really the school getting them back is we're very fortunate.
And just talk about you're in a new division. Last year you played a bunch of 3s. You were one of the few 2s in there. Now you're going to be playing similar sized schools.
Yeah, we talked last week about the old SAL field. We're playing like Newton, Lenape, Kittatinny. Those are rivalry games that in the past were great games, right? And kids today probably still talk about those games. So I think we're probably placed where we're supposed to be. And we're actually going to play Vernon too in Tech. So I think that's exciting, having that old SAL feel. And the kids know each other. So it really does make a difference.
High Point under Jim Delaney and also under Austin Caldwell made the states. Bill Percy wants to keep that winning tradition going, and so do the Wildcats.
Making states is important, First and foremost, we got to be good people, right? And we talk about that every day with our culture. But, yeah, if we can make the states, that'd be great. We'll take one game at a time. We open up against a really good Walk-Hill team. So, we're going to see how good we are week 1, or week 0, I should say.
I'm expecting a great season from us. We're looking to bounce back from last year after experiencing tough losses from close ones with Walk-Hill and the other one in the beginning of the season, Jefferson. Both those games we were right there. We're just right there, and our culture is going to be one of the reasons why I think that we can catch a few more close games like that this year.
Expect improvement over the last few seasons. Didn't really go the way we wanted it to. So we brought in a lot of new personnel, new lifting scheme. We've all gotten bigger. We've all gotten faster and stronger. I expect major improvement from last season.
This team, we're fired up. We're ready to show everybody what we got, and the leadership is going to carry us there, and the coaching staff is giving us a great game plan for every game so far, and it's going to be a great year, right?
We expect a pretty good season. We're angry about last year, our tough losses against Walk-Hill, our bad beats against Tech. So we're fired up and ready to go.
New offense, new defense here, but John Elko at quarterback. He knows the experience of playing at the varsity level, and he's looking forward to leading this Wildcat team.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, we got a bunch of new young guys that are really looking to step up, and a few good running backs. I'm looking to hit them wherever I can. Just get the ball in their hands and let them do their job.
Talk about your role on the team.
I don't really have a specific role. My role is being a leader. I'm a senior. That means I've done my 4 years. I'm going to be the captain. I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to make sure my guys are doing what they're supposed to do and be where they're supposed to be and make every play their best play.
So, yeah, I'm a captain, so I'm really trying to mentor the younger kids and make this program back to what it was.
My role as a captain now is probably to mentor some of the younger guys. We want to bring a winning culture back to High Point. So you got to plant the seed now and watch it grow. Obviously, my last year I won't be able to see it, but knowing that I came in here and developed some of the younger guys and made them who they will be in 3 years, it gives pride to the team and the culture.
High Point's in a new division. They don't play the teams like West Milford and Jefferson and all those teams. They're playing similar-sized schools. It's got a real local Sussex County flavor. They play Sussex Tech. They play Newton, Lenny Valley. Still playing Vernon, but the Wildcats believe this is the division they should be in, and they're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, to see those guys again, and it gives us a good chance at having a really good record and a shot at the division, definitely.
Yeah, those rivalries go back when we first started playing them. We know most of the kids on those teams. Obviously, it's a respect for all the other programs. We've played them for so long. We've always competed with them. Obviously, as a senior, we want to go out on a win versus all of them, and those are kind of the games that we've starred on our calendar this year. We're always looking to, make the best plays against them, and even the record doesn't matter in rivalry games. You always got to expect that it'll be a hard-fought battle, and we expect that every game.
I was stoked. I mean, these guys we grew up playing football against, so it's just great coming out here and playing against them our senior year, new faces, old faces, everything, it's a great energy.
Big word here at High Point is culture, and that culture is going to turn into wins according to the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah. So our new coaches, we're fired up, the new weight room, new programs. We've just been locked in. It's just been hard work consistently throughout the entire season and the off season. We just want to keep on pushing.
I think our culture is really what's going to make the difference this year with and our new coaches too. Coach Nahan and Coach Bird are really going to be the difference in that big step up from last year.
I mean, this year that's always the goal. States is always the goal. I mean, and it's a culture thing. I mean, you got the best guy in the field, you got the worst team. Doesn't matter. Culture matters, and culture will carry you where you go. And if you have a good enough culture, it'll bring you wherever you want to go.
All right, Bill Percy, great guy. He was on our podcast along with Nick Boyle, the former Baltimore Ravens tight end, star player at High Point and at Delaware. It was a lot of fun talking to them. If you didn't get a chance to see it, check it out on Big State Sports YouTube. It was a great interview. And so we talked about that killer coaching staff they got there. You got Will Nahan, was a longtime successful coach at Randolph. Brian Bird's back in the fold. He was Jim Delaney's right-hand man for many years. He was coaching at Del Val, former Newton star. Bill Percy, you got Boyle, Coach Lassen back, Johnny Gardner. Just a great crew up there at High Point. Well, that's going to take us into break, and we'll have more here on the 2024 Big State Sports Sussex Area Football Preview right after this.
When you care, when you value, when you protect, you're with Provident Protection Plus. You have the power to protect. Isn't it time to protect what you love today?
This football preview is being sponsored by Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville. Let Sound Motors show you how easy it is to buy a pre-owned vehicle. Owner Mike Curry is a big supporter of all high school sports in the county and is proud to be part of the preview show. It's Sound Motors. Check them out on the web, social media. Give them a call at 973-948-2068 or stop by and check them out. They have terrific inventory at Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville.
This football preview show is being sponsored by Gallagher Risk Management on 163 Spring Street in Newton. Dedicated to building confidence together with you, they're your trusted global insurance and consulting partner. Call them today at 973-383-3110.
Join us at Sussex County Community College for our next open house, Saturday, October 19th from 9 a.m. to noon. Whether you're interested in transferring to a four-year school or diving straight into the workforce, Sussex County Community College is here to help. Explore our diverse academic programs, learn about financial aid, and meet our passionate faculty. Get a taste of campus life and see why Sussex is the place to start your college education. Don't miss our open house on October 19th. Visit sussex.edu/open house for more details.
Jefferson Recycling knows New Jersey waste management and is here to serve the needs of all of our customers, whether it be residential or commercial. For more, go to jeffersonrecycling.com or call them today at 973-361-1589. That's Jefferson Recycling, a proud sponsor of all the local schools in the area. Dairy Queen of New Jersey is proud to be a sponsor of this high school football preview show with locations in Vernon, Sussex, Montague, Newton, Branchville, and Hackettstown. Stop by before or after the game for a delicious treat you can only find at the one and only Dairy Queen. It's Dairy Queen of New Jersey. Welcome back to the 2024 Big State Sports Sussex Area Football Preseason Special. I'm Dan Cleary. Thanks for joining us here at Lenape Valley High School here at Smolin Field. And in this segment, we will be talking to the Patriots, Wade Pickett, a longtime assistant to Don Smolin, the great staff they have here. We talked about High Point, great staff here. So we're going to talk about Kittatinny to lead off this segment. Joe Catelli's in his 11th year, class act. He has another great coaching staff. Nick DeGennaro, who's the head coach of Morris Catholic Softball, who's won multiple state titles there and county titles. He's their DC. Jeff Gelly, who played there, he's their OC. They keep it in the family up there at Kittatinny, and they do a great job. Last year, they finished strong. They won the North 1 Group 1 regional crossover tournament at the end of the year after starting slow, getting banged up with injuries all over the place. But they finished up with a great end of the season. Jacob Savage, who graduated, Danny Fahey, Cole Davis, all those guys did a great job as seniors. But those young guys are back, and let's talk to the Cougars.
Young, we only have, I think, 6 seniors on the team. I like what we have. Kids have been working hard all summer long. We've had great numbers all summer. So we're excited about the season and getting off and getting.
Kittatinny was at a crossroads last year. They were 1-5, a little banged up, but the Cougars, they circled the wagons, finished strong at 5-5, and they won the North 1 Group 1 regional tournament, something they want to build on.
So that's the thing, we talked about it. It took us a while to find an identity last year, and hopefully we don't have that issue this year. But once we found our identity and Jacob Savage, we found out what he could really do. That kind of got us going, and our kids didn't quit. That was the biggest thing I took out of last year was they didn't quit. We ended up 5-5, was obviously not where you want to be, but when you're 1-5 starting off, it's a pretty good way to end. And I told them, we got to get in the weight room, we got to get bigger and stronger. They've done that in the off season, so let's not get off to a 1-5 start again, but obviously it was a testament to our players and our kids that they never gave up, and so we got to keep that same mentality into this season, and I think we'll be okay.
Kittatinny was awful young last year, although they graduated some great seniors: Jacob Savage, Cole Davis, Danny Fahey, all terrific players. But with the kids they have coming back with Jack Brex and Jaden Roberts, they're hoping to build on last year's success.
Yeah, Brex did a great job for us last year at quarterback, really came on at the end of the season. O'Keefe, another guy that really helped us out towards the end of the year. Roberts, hopefully he stays healthy this year. He's obviously, a great athlete, a guy we can move around. Hopefully he stays healthy. And, hopefully our offensive line gels. We got, a mixture of seniors and some young guys. Shane Weiss played there as a freshman last year. He's only going to be a sophomore. We got the 2 Flugfelders on the O-line, Will Wallace. So if those guys can gel and get things going up front, we got a good amount of skilled kids that I think can do the job for us.
Kittatinny battles every year. They're a Group 1, but they play in a very good Group 2, Group 1 league. And the Cougars are hoping that experience, playing the Newtons, and they open up in Lenape Valley. That's always a tough task, to help them do well in the league and hopefully make states once again.
It's a great division. There's a lot of good football teams, a lot of great coaches in that division. So, every week's a battle. There are no easy weeks. And we know that going in. I don't see that changing from this year. Newton obviously has been a perennial powerhouse. Lenape's always good. So, we're going to have to stack up with them, and we open up against Lenape, so we're going to know pretty early on where we're at.
And North 1 Group 1, as good as it gets as well.
Yeah.
Group 1, well, you know what? The teams in North 1 Group 1 is fantastic.
Yeah, people were talking to me, you're a Group 1 playing a lot of Group 2s. You should be down in the other division. I said, listen, you take either one of those divisions, either one of them is easy. So, I don't care where you put us. We're going to be playing good football teams week in and week out. So, it doesn't really matter where we are. We just go out and play our schedule and hope hope that things go our way.
What should we expect from the Cougars this year?
I'm expecting a good season out of us. We have a lot of return offensive linemen and stuff. So we have 4 of our stars coming back, but they subbed in for injuries and stuff. So I'm expecting aggressiveness and adversity from our team.
I'm hoping a good season. We've all been working hard this whole summer,
and so looking for big things.
I think we're going to have a great season. All the guys here, we're all fired up. It's not even the camp yet, and all of us are ready to go. Workouts are getting in quick. We're doing practice at maximum effort, and we're having a fun time here.
As an old lineman, it all starts on the line, folks. I say it in all these stories, and Kittatinny has a real good building block coming back with some outstanding offensive linemen.
As a lineman, we don't see, we're not the skill guys. We're not getting all the respect in the plays, but we're very crucial parts of the team. And we need to work as hard as everyone else. We need to give it our all, and we need to be the best players on the team in order to help us win. So we give it our all, 100%, every single play, every single drill. And we really just strive for greatness.
So as a center, I call and help signals for the other offensive linemen on our team. And I'm a good role model to others, so I want to help them know what they're doing in the plays. And yeah, we're gonna be hitting hard, and we're all ready for you.
You guys built off last year. You started 1-5, injuries mounted, but you guys showed a lot of toughness and won that tournament.
Yeah, we started off 1-5. We had a rough start, really getting down on ourselves, but then we started pulling it together, and we won the last 5 games.
We wanted it badly. Like, we were 1-5. We were like, not going good, but we just picked it up from there. We got some new plays. We focused and lifted hard, and yeah.
Bouncing back from 1-5 is nothing easy. We had to change the culture around. We had to, really, really tighten up everywhere. Kids on the look team who aren't starting varsity, they're busting their butts every single day and making us better players. And that culture just helps you build and gives us from 1-5 to 5-5.
Let's talk about the schedule. You start with new Lenape Valley right off the bat.
Lenape Valley isn't a team we've played in a while, but I'm really excited. I'm pumped. I want to see them. I want to see what they got. I want to see them work. And I really want to meet them with excellence our first week.
All right, what a run for Joe Catelli and the gang getting that done. If they can keep Jaden Roberts healthy, they're going to do some really nice things this year. All right, we're here at Lenape Valley, so let's talk to the Patriots. Wade Pickett, longtime assistant. We said, I see John Grooms over there, and my buddy Richie Shapazian, his lacrosse coach, and Brian Bennington and Rylan Pangborn. The names just go on and on here at Lenape Valley, and the tradition goes. Last year, they got banged up in the middle of the season, but still made the state tournament like they always do at Lenape Valley. They went 4-6. They got a good core of kids coming back. Let's talk to Coach Pickett about the Lenape Valley Patriots.
We're a little bit light in numbers from what Lenape traditionally has in the past, but our philosophy is right now we only need the right 30. So that the kids have been fantastic thus far all summer, and once we got started here with the official start date, we are extremely excited. We're going to just continue on where we left off. We lost to Rutherford last year in the Group 2 state playoffs. Our goals are the same. Win a conference. Win a quote unquote section title, and then be able to be practicing and playing in November, late November, actually.
Numbers a little bit thin for Lenape Valley. You have to put that caveat in there. And Coach Pickett has some guys, mostly seniors, that he's looking to build around.
Okay, well, we have 7 seniors. Gabota's coming back. Trey Moody's back. We got Kevin Juicy, who's a junior. He's back. Jacob Bell's another senior. Chris Zander. We got Kopich, who's going to be an offensive lineman, who's also another senior. So, all of our seniors are going to be playing, and, we're going to rally around them. And the juniors are doing their supporting role. And there's some very key juniors that we're going to depend upon. But, we're fighting every day, all the elements, and make sure no injuries, the heat, all that stuff plays an important role. We've set up ice baths for them and everything. So we have determined that they are a precious commodity to us, and we've got to do everything we can to keep them healthy.
Lenape Valley made the states last year, but they got banged up. They didn't make it the year prior, so they were excited about getting states last year. And Coach Pickett gave a lot of credit to his staff, which includes Coach Cooper. I didn't mention him in the preview. He's been here a long time, and Butchie Bylas as well. Robbie Earlman on the staff now, former great player. But he gave credit to his staff and the kids for battling through.
Yeah, so last year we did. We had a lot of injuries last year, and a testament to the coaching staff. They did a phenomenal job, got kids in the right position in order to win, and we had to. We had to change a couple things, maybe take the playbook down a little bit, but, we don't run a whole lot of plays. We just got to run them well. So last year the kids, they persevered, and they know that now that they can win. So, hopefully that carries over to this year, and, we're expecting some pretty good things.
The goals are always the same here at Lenape Valley, state title, league title, and this year it looks like they're going to be in Group 1. So they have never been in Group 1, always been in Group 2.
Yeah, no, the schedule is not great for us as far as easy games. The conference is a conference. Newton's going to be good. They're always good, well coached. Walk Hill Valley is going to be well coached. Jimmy Hamels is there now. And then my crossover games, we pick up Madison again, and Mountain Lakes. Mountain Lakes is Mountain Lakes. I mean, they've been in the group finals for the last 2 years in a row, and Daryl does a great job there. And, just everybody, the whole schedule, there is no gimmies there. Sussex Tech, as you can see, I mean, they beat us for the first time last year. And they're no gimme. They're a well-coached team, and they got some great athletes there. So they're going to be tough too. So every week I've told the kids it's 1-0 each week. You cannot look ahead. Not in this league, not in this conference, not the way that our team is right now. We got to go 1-0 every single week.
All right, Chris, what should we expect from the Patriots this year?
The energy feels different this year. We're all trying to play hard. We're all playing good ball, and practice feels a lot more fun, and I feel like everyone's taking it more serious. We lost a lot of numbers, but it's next man up mentality, and I feel like the Patriots are going to play good ball this year.
I expect a lot. We've been working hard, battling out here with the heat. I expect a lot.
I think we have a nice team here. We play these same kind of team, same kind of setup in a couple years back, and we work really well together.
One of those seniors is quarterback Tanner Gabota. He played quarterback most of his life, but he was behind Keith Wagner, played running back last year, and Tanner takes over the Delaware wing T offense.
I've always been a quarterback my life, but I also could run the ball, so it's not that much of a difference. It's just a passing game.
Chris Zander is going to be on both sides of the ball as a lineman for this Lenape Valley team, and he's looking to pave the way.
On defense, I'm just trying to penetrate. I'm just trying to make the linebacker's life easier. And on offense, I'm just trying to protect number 11, Tanner Gabota over there, and make sure we get yards every play.
Jacob Bell's looking for a big senior year for the Patriots.
So as running back, guys, help get the ball, help with the blocks and all that. And, I'm just here to be a team leader.
Lenape Valley's schedule's tough. They're in the division with Newton, has won 7 straight division titles. High Point is now in the division. And their crossover games, Madison, Kinnelon, and Mountain Lakes, all perennial winners. Madison Lake's been in the Group 1 championship the last 2 years, winning it last year. But this Patriot team, they don't shy away from a battle.
Every year it seems to get tougher, but I think we're ready for it. Seeing the schedule always gets us excited, and I believe if we play what we know we can play, we have a good chance of beating it.
Real tough schedule this year, but I think we could pull out a lot of wins from that schedule. So
I think just hearing that schedule, it's getting us really hyped up and getting us ready to go.
Talk about the pride you take putting it on the Lenape Red. I mean, it's such a great program here.
Putting on the Lenape Red, everyone knows we're playing for a legacy here. Personally, I know what Don Smolin left for us, and it helps me practice harder every day.
It's awesome. It's nothing better.
All right, we talked about Hackettstown. They pack it in here Friday nights here at Lenape Valley. They do a great job, and this facility, that scoreboard, folks, holy cow. You have that scoreboard and the one in Sparta. they really set the bar high for everyone in the area to get those scoreboards going. So it's just great. So we always love coming here to Lenape Valley. That's going to take us into break, and we'll have more here on the 2024 Big State Sports Sussex Area Football Preseason Special right after this.
When you care, when you value, when you protect, you're with Provident Protection Plus. You have the power to protect. Isn't it time to protect what you love today?
Dairy Queen of New Jersey is proud to be a sponsor of this high school football preview show with locations in Vernon, Sussex, Montague, Newton, Branchville, and Hackettstown. Stop by before or after the game for a delicious treat you can only find at the one and only Dairy Queen. It's Dairy Queen of New Jersey. This football preview is being sponsored by Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville. Let Sound Motors show you how easy it is to buy a pre-owned vehicle. Owner Mike Curry is a big supporter of all high school sports in the county and is proud to be part of the preview show. It's Sound Motors. Check them out on the web, social media. Give them a call at 973-948-2068 or stop by and check them out. They have terrific inventory. It's Sound Motors, Route 206 in Branchville.
Join us at Sussex County Community College for our next open house, Saturday, October 19th from 9 a.m. to noon. Whether you're interested in transferring to a four-year school or diving straight into the workforce, Sussex County Community College is here to help. Explore our diverse academic programs, learn about financial aid, and meet our passionate faculty. Get a taste of campus life and see why Sussex is the place to start your college education. Don't miss our open house on October 19th. Visit sussex.edu/open house for more details.
Jefferson Recycling knows New Jersey waste management and is here to serve the needs of all of our customers, whether it be residential or commercial. For more, go to jeffersonrecycling.com or call them today at 973-361-1589. That's Jefferson Recycling, a proud sponsor of all the local schools in the area.
This football preview show is being sponsored by Gallagher Risk Management on 163 Spring Street in Newton. Dedicated to building confidence together with you, they're your trusted global insurance and consulting partner. Call them today at 973-383-3110.
And welcome back to the Big State Sports 2024 Sussex Area High School Football Preview Special. I'm Dan Cleary coming to you from Lenape Valley High School. And again, Provident Bank and Lakeland Bank, they have merged. If you haven't known, if you're a customer, you know about it. And they're saying is a stronger together commitment you can trust. And that's a great thing. So we want to thank them. Karina Rodriguez, their brand marketer over at Lakeland Bank, did a great job helping us out. So we're going to go to Wallkill Valley High School. And for the first time in 8 seasons, they'll have a new coach. Bobby Leach stepped down, spent some more time with his family and stuff, and wanted to go see some games. Bobby, a lifetime football lifer, played at Pope John, coached from the college level, was an assistant at Wallkill, turned the Sussex Tech program around, and has decided to take some time for himself. You enjoy that, Bobby. With Jimmy Hamill, former Lenape Valley star, he played here for Don Smolin. He's back after leaving. He was on the staff of Bobby. He coached with his old buddy Roger Collars, who gave him his start at Dover. Jim Hamill takes over the program. 3-6. They moved into a new division, and they're going to play Group 1 schools, similar size. They'll play the Opakons and the North Warrens of the world. So let's check out the Rangers.
To expect a lot of growth. We had a phenomenal summer where the kids, they were awesome in the weight room, they were awesome in the classroom with the systems that we installed offensively and defensively. They've done everything that we've asked them to do, and now we're just looking to make sure that we keep taking a step each single day. We just talked to them earlier. It's all about growth. The big question is, did you outwork yourself from yesterday? So that's what we're really looking from our guys, is the growth day by day.
This is Jim Hamill's first year as the head coach, but he's no stranger to Wallkill football, longtime assistant, and he says he has a fresh set of eyes on the program, so every position is open.
Being away from the program last year is kind of refreshing because I'm not looking at anybody from last year's group. I'm looking to build something different, Obviously there are some key leaders like Zach. Matt Carr's done a great job. Jake Van Ewen's done a great job. Andrew Barta. That senior class is really Johnny Camera. Joey Van Tassel. I could go through them all. They've all done what we've asked. They've done a great job leading, where the younger kids have actually stepped up and they kind of know what to expect already. We met as a coaching staff last week, and I think we all had the same sentiments that, we're much further ahead than we thought we would be at this point of the season. So we're feeling pretty good.
Coach Hamill said he's going to tweak some things as he puts in his own program.
Defensively, we're going to be, we'll just say a base 3-4 with the ability to kind of maneuver into some different stuff depending on the teams that we play. Offensively, I'm lucky enough to have Coach Rosanelli, who is an offense coordinator at multiple stops. Phenomenal coach. He's running the offense right now. We're a little bit of a multiple spread, doing some different stuff, with the quarterback, doing some different stuff with the running back. So, I think the kids did a great job executing over the summer, the passing game, and now we're trying to get that run game going, something that we felt kind of lacked last season.
What can you say about the job Bobby Leach did in his time? He came in 2017, team was struggling, program was struggling, and now he got the school his first ever league title in 2018, and they've made the state tournament 6 straight times. Never been done at Walkill. Now the Rangers want to continue that winning way.
Yeah, no, that's it. You said it. It's an expectation now. It's no longer an excitement when we make the playoffs. It's an expectation that we better get to the playoffs. Now, the next part is to build to that. We've made the playoffs every single year. A couple times we got to the second round, and then that was it. So we've talked as a coaching staff. We've talked as a program. Let's take that next step. And I think the kids understand what it's going to take, and it's that attitude of every day, outworking yourself from the day before, and, hopefully the cards fall where they may, and some exciting things happen.
Walkill Valley's now playing in a division with a lot of Group 1 schools, similar size, Kinnelon, Whippany Park, North Warren, Hopakon. But they open up with an old rival outside the division in High Point, but they're happy with their schedule.
It was the whole point of this thing, right? Was to, play schools that are the same sizes. I think it's going to be a little interesting. There's a lot of turnover right now on multiple staffs on our schedule. So High Point obviously is a new staff. North Warren's a new staff. Whippany Park obviously is second year. Booton, Hopak, the list goes on, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of trying to figure it out, week by week. And that's what we preach to our guys. We're a week by week team. Right now it's High Point season, and that's all we're focused on.
Talk about how excited you are to take over your program, first head coaching job. You were lucky to play for a legend in Don Smolin. You played with William Patterson with good coaches. You coached here for a while. You coached with Roger Kolars at Dover and then at Wayne Valley. Just talk about how excited you are taking over the program.
It's been awesome. You hit the nail on the head. I've been very lucky to be around some very, very great football coaches, and I call it permanent borrowing. I see a little something from each coach that I like to steal and add to my resume, and that's what we're trying to put here. There was a time where I was kind of curious if I really wanted to be a head coach, and now that's kind of happened. I feel good about it, and I'm actually more excited that it's here. Secretly, I was kind of always hoping it would be here, but you never know where the cards might fall. But I'm happy to be back. I think it was a good experience to be the head track coach, and now kind of move over to football and have relationships with certain kids in the building, and I think it's kind of helped out with the program and the numbers as well.
Matt, let's talk about the Rangers this year. What should we expect?
A lot of good things. Got a lot of new stuff coming in. Pretty much all new all over the ball, and we're really excited to execute it all.
I think a good season, obviously new coaching staff, so it's a whole different energy with everybody, new mentality, and we're just ready to go.
We're looking for a good season. We got a new coaching staff. We set goals out, make it to states, go look one week after one another, and just keep winning.
Walkill had a real young line last year, but they have 2 guys coming back to anchor it, and in Matt Carr and also Jake Van Ewen.
Just trying to be a leader out there, both sides of the ball, making sure my line knows what to do, make sure the team's ready, and just trying to be a leader out there, do the best I can be.
It's good being a leader out there, showing the new kids what to do and what not to do, and just being a role model for them.
But one of those guys has been around a long time in this program, Zach Clarkin, in his 4th year, terrific quarterback. He got hurt last year. He's 100% this year, and he's looking to lead the team.
Yeah, it's huge. I'm always trying to be a leader, on and off the ball, no matter what. Do good in school and just set an example for the young kids.
Usually when a coach leaves, sometimes it's a new face coming in, but the Rangers are happy. They know Coach Hamill. He was here when they were underclassmen.
Yeah, he's done a great job taking over so far. All the players, nothing bad to say about him, and we love how this is running so far.
It's great. He set goals for us, and right now we're just conquering all the goals we can, and we're just ready for the first game.
He set out goals for us, told us that we have to build a new tradition here, build a new legacy, and I think we're doing pretty good with that so far.
You guys have made the States 6 years in a row. Talk about that. That's pretty impressive. Coach Leach set a pretty good foundation. Coach Hamill's going to pick it right up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want to do here. School every year make states, go farther each year to try, and just try to be the best team out there.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, our goal each year is to make it to states and obviously make it out of the first round like we expect. So we're just ready for whatever happens.
We always set out with a goal in the beginning of the season to make states, and I think we've done pretty good executing that. Coming to week after week, trying to win and just make the states.
Guys are in a different league this year, all Group 1s. Last year you played all Group 2s. Just talk about playing some of the newer teams. Kinnelon, Booton, Whippany Park you saw last year, but North Warren, Tech, those guys. Just talk about playing in that league.
Yeah, I mean, excited to get to see some of the same teams we faced last year. Of course, some of the new teams as well, and excited for the new competition.
Yeah, it's cool. We get to play the same guys we played last year, different game, new players, and the new teams. We're just ready to see what they have. And
I'm looking forward to it. We played a lot of the same teams 2 years in a row now. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new teams got, first in their new schemes and everything like that.
All right, that National Blue is a very good division. I know Walker liked playing all the local teams, but that's just very competitive, and we wish Coach Hamill the best of luck. Jimmy, a great kid. But I'm so old, I covered him when he was playing here at Lenape Valley. All right, so go down the road there on 94 when they play each other, the old war on 94. And it's Sussex Tech. They had a one for the record books last year, folks. 7-4. Coach Brian Stellenworth did a great job. He was an assistant coach to Bobby Leach over there at Walkill. And 7-4, they beat Kittatinny and Lenape Valley for the first time ever in their football history. Won their first state tournament game as they beat Mawa, a brand name program from Bergen County. And they had a couple of great players, Austin Baker, Brian Gruber, Gavin Miracle. Baker graduated, but the Mustangs are fully loaded and ready to go and compete this year to get back into the States.
A lot of expectations, thinking about a young team, but there's guys here that been looking to get on the field and have opportunities, and we're seeing that already this summer.
This year was obviously a special year, first time beating Lenape Kittatinny, winning a state game, things that have never happened here in the long history here. Talk about that and what that means to the program and you.
Definitely a few milestones, and you think about where we've come from in kind of a short time, 14, 15 years now, and where we are today. Definitely a different culture to some degree. I think the kids see that. I think seeing some of the alumni come back and help as volunteers, and other kids from the county that played at other schools that are helping us on a coaching staff, you're seeing a different Sussex Tech, I think, in terms of how people treat us as far as football.
Obviously last year you ran the wing tee, but you ran the ball with two guys, Baker graduating, but you got Gruber back, and a lot of people would love to have him. Talk about that.
Yeah, he's a special player on all sides of the ball. I think you made some jokes about driving a bus and things like that, which is pretty much the only thing he doesn't do. So having him back is obviously a huge part of our offense. Having Gavin Miracle play a bigger part this year, I think you're going to see us be a little different from our skill set side. So some of the kids we have this year, that we can spread hopefully some teams out a little bit and do some things we haven't done in years past. But it starts with Brian Gruber, obviously.
Talk about a young team, and I asked the seniors, teaching them about Mustang football. You guys, you mentioned the word culture, and I think that's huge. Talk about how these freshmen, you got good numbers, teaching them what you guys want to do here.
I think having them see that first round playoff win last year, and seeing the kids that came through in that senior class from last year, the way they approach practice, the way they approach the games, if you want to emulate teams, they were right in front of them. So I'm watching guys that are coming back that are seniors now, and they want a part of that. They want to be part of that. And the younger guys coming in, it's just a whole